Hello? Oh, wait, I have. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Clear enough? Okay, perfect. Okay. So, I opened up a random, just any random level. This is cottage, medium cottage one. This is on a wilderness map. And see all these little like orange, yellow boxes? These are the objectives. Something really cool that you can do with not only this but on any type of item is you right click, for example this tire, right? We right click and we go find in content browser, and it'll take you right to the UPK where the files are. Now this one is a mesh, but you can click on the archetype and there it is. He has a destructible actor. Another good thing that the video taught me is you right click on the UPK and you go fully load, and boom, see now everything is loaded properly, so we can just literally click, just drag and drop, and now we have, see, this is the archetype. It says that it's a destructible actor, so we double click and see it's a destructible actor, and it has all of the parameters and all of that stuff that we can go over later. So for the missions, or for rather the objectives, it's the same thing. This is, we can see down here, it says persistent level objective spawn possibility. Once selected, we go again, right click, finding content browser, mission archetype. See, this is a spawn possibility. These are all of the mission, fully load, all of the mission objectives. So as you can see, we have secure UFO. So let's do that one. Let me load up my favorites, and this is this one. Don't save. Okay, we're loading up our little UFO map. Wait, I don't think I have notifications loaded up, so if you have any questions, okay, here we go. Actually, if you're on Steam, or if you can go on Steam and you ask me questions there, they'll pop up on my screen and I can see them. Might be easier and or faster, but doesn't need to be. I mean, I can like periodically change here. I really need to get a second monitor. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we have all of these little warnings and errors and whatnot because I scaled and deformed a lot of stuff. Okay, so I don't have an objective. So what you were saying about this stuff, for example, this little audio thing, well, right now, this is a prefab. Let me see, a blueprint. Yeah, blueprint and prefabs. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. They can spawn. You can group stuff together. This is the stuff that I really need to remember. Like, say for example, these walls. They're individually, but if I select them all and right click, I can group actors, and see now when I select them, they're selected together. But then I can ungroup. Yeah. Okay, so that's what I did, for example, with once I was done construct this cannon is the it's constructed with a lot of different parts. Like, see, I grouped it so I didn't have to manually select each piece, and once I was done, and this is good as well because now I'm holding Alt, and then I just move it. And it's gonna take a while because it's a lot of stuff. But see, now I duplicated the entire thing. Just delete. So it's grouped. So why am I telling you about this group thing? Because these blueprints are grouped. So I think you can grab them and select. or is it select? Oh, maybe I can't because it's a blueprint. But basically, okay, the orange like car horn icon is actually sounds, and then the B is for the blueprint, and then there's also prefabs. Um, I wish I had them individually so that I could look for them. But anyway, and then on the thing here, how how did I? How can I ungroup them? I forget. It shouldn't be too difficult. All right. So the object advertise. That's just the meshes. Okay. The objective. Okay. So let's grab the arc secure UFO. Click and drag. Drop. There it is. Now let's just place it. I mean, I'm doing this like just by like eyesight, not really knowing if this is going to be in like aligned properly to the grid or what. But here we go. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there's a thing like, say for example, this. No, wait, this is the enemy spawner. Okay. Some object, like some static objects like these, you can make them replaceable. So what we would need to do is to make it replaceable. Like it's going to need to replace. It's not object, it's not debug, and it's not advanced, it's not physics or collision or actor. It's not yet. It's gotta be here. Okay, so we are facing which way we want it to face. Oh, here we go. Alright, actors to swap. First entry provides rotation and location of spawned actor. Okay, so we would see how it's empty. So we would go. Ah, shit! There was a way to make it not like lock actors. Shit, I don't know. But this is level destructible actor 246. So this is what we're going to replace it with. How was it? There was a way. Shit. There was a way to. I know they, for a fact that they show this on the video. Something like lock something. Level materials visibility. Select. I forget. Damn it. Okay, we can do this. Yeah, but oh right, on the content browser. Yeah. Okay, maybe. Okay, so let's go like this. And then right. Content. Okay. Yeah. Let's. Okay. Yeah. Oh, good point. Okay, so let me find you in content browser. There you are, but that's not the archetype. Fully load. Archetype. It might not work because it's not a specific one. It needs to be the specific one on the map. Huh. Oh my god, that's annoying. Okay, maybe if I go object, here we go. I can't select this? I can't select this. I know there's a way. There's a stupid way to do this where you can and then in the video they go through it because there was something that you need to do as well with volumes and adding stuff and blah 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 blah. But I'm not remembering right now what it is. But shit, we should definitely try to have this. Oh god, I can't select anything. If it's in the video, I'll definitely find it. No problem. Okay. So yeah. So basically, we just dropped it, and I'm not. I think it needs to be. placed on the object that we want to replace. Not 100% sure about that, but I believe so. So, oh yeah, sorry. So we would write that here. We add, and then it's level dot destructible actor. Let's see, it doesn't persistent load. See, I'm not gonna remember how to type all that. Okay, well, anyways, that's how you add spawn objectives, and then should restrict interaction by volume. Yeah, don't make the objective destructible. Yeah, true. Also, yeah, that would need to be changed. Array mission types, secure UFO. Open at least now. I don't know how to drop an objective. Yeah, okay. Sprite icon objective, facing arrow at this. I don't think it's anything. Mesh. This is just the actual like orange mesh thingy. Hack rewards in case they did, and these things are probably also findable in the but we might be able to also find these in the content browser. But yeah, I mean it's really just as simple as that. Just drag and drop. Okay, what else that I wanted to show you? Okay, yeah, the invisible blocks that I was telling you about are these. See, when I press G and go into game mode, they're invisible, right? And these are located in the cave, the Viper King cave archetypes. See, so we go here. I have no idea why they're there, but there they are. Again, fully load. Okay, well, and see, and they're here. So again, just click one and just drag and drop. Boom. Now, this helps. See how I have, for example, this diagonal wall, or this wall had issues. So see, I use all of this to like patch holes so that they can be walkable, cover, etc. And I'll show you that right now. One thing that we need to do is we want to build. The video suggests here we can either build the geometry, build lighting, blah blah blah, or build all. So we select build all. Takes a little bit. It's gonna throw the warnings again. What's a little annoying is that every time that we make small changes like that and we want to test for pathing, which is what I'm going to show you right now, we need to rebuild all every single time, which is fine. So here are all our warnings again, doesn't matter. Now we press the letter P as in Peru, I don't know. Wait. Boom. We get this. Now obviously green means you can walk on top of it. Yeah, and then we go here on this little like shield with the letter C, right click, show cover nodes. And this is a beautiful thing. Or you can go as well, if you don't want the nodes, show cover tiles. Press P again just to hide. See, the lighter are, well, I believe, yeah, the lighter are just like normal, just normal tiles. And then the ones that have like a darker blue or yeah, bluish color means that they have cover. I use the actual shields, so I don't use the tiles. So I just remove the tiles. And then we press P again. So say for example, and this little visual glitch, I have no idea why it's there. It never happened before TLP, but then again, I haven't really gone into the map editor since May, so I don't know if there was any patch or anything that did it. Maybe I have something wrong, but it's really annoying. See, but anyway, that's just a visual thing on the editor. In game, it works just fine. Okay, so we have the high covers. These little arrows means that you can peek. You know, like so. If a soldier was standing here and there's an enemy out here, they can peek and shoot. We also have here, let me go first with this, and then we'll go with the other thing. First, this is a door, right? This is an interactive level actor. See, we see here interactive level actor. This shows you these hands are from which tiles we can interact with the object, with the actor. So from all of these four and all of these four on the other side as well. As well, we can peek and peek and peek. If you press the letter H on something, which I do a lot, it just hide, right? So we can see better. So yeah, these little cover nodes, cover icons, they really help understand, you know, from where you can peek, if it's high cover or if it's medium cover, you know, depending on, say for example, I move this one, right? Let's move it there. We build. This shield icon should now be a half cover. It should. Yep, see? Switch to half cover. Takes a little bit to build. Okay, let's see. And then we just drag it back, build again, and it would be high cover. Okay, now this is maybe you have a little bit more knowledge just in general on how software in general works. Maybe you can find a way. I wasn't able to find it, but okay, so let's press P. So okay, so green tiles means we can walk on them. White tiles means that you can walk on them, but they are ramps or inclines. Say for example, here we have, well, on the stairwells, right? We have on the stairs, they're also inclines. And then this is where I'm a little confused, and I checked in game and it's broken as hell. But see how there's these little like cubes? We've got purple cube here, yellow cube here, we've got orange, yellow, and blue here, etc. I am not entirely sure what each one means. The only one that I've able to determine is these light cyan blue means ladders. See, this is a ladder object. XCOM ladder 7 selected. This is a ladder object, so it means that this tile, you can go from this tile up to this one here, and I'm guessing, you know, either the small cube is the starting point and the large cube is the end point, or vice versa, but that's the one I've been able to determine. Then I believe from, I mean, just by logic, but I'm trying to determine whether yellow or orange starting here and it has the whole line going downwards here means that you can drop off. Purple ones I think mean you can, you know, just jump over and don't have to go around, but you can climb over, which is weird because that's what I had a lot of issues with when I was testing. But see, for example, we select the item, we're going to select the properties, then we're going to go to not frac level actor, no, we want collision and we want pathing and cover. Okay, for example, on collision, can step on. If true, physics walking will attempt to step up onto this object when it hits it. This wouldn't work for that, but say for example it would work for something like this, where here, right here we're on the ground floor, but then we step up to this like half cover height floor. And then, but yeah, and then we have like all of the different ones, right? Can step on, and then on cover, can climb over, can climb onto, is valid destination point. See, for example, is valid destination point is one of the things that I'm going to either turn on or turn off on these white ones, depending on if I want them to be able to step on top of it or not, right? And that's pretty much as far as I got, there are several other things that I'm just not being able to determine, specifically with lighting. Like, say, for example, here, let me turn off this because it's just a lot of information. Let's go this way. Speed down far, I'd say you do have. Thanks. What am I trying to find that I wanted to show you? Oh yeah, the lighting. Okay. See, we're gonna go into game mode. So here, right? I added these two lights, right, to make it more, to make this little grading thingy more atmospheric. But then, all right, I combined these. Oh, that's gonna be a bitch. Hold on. Groups, ungroup, groups. God. Let me see if I can break it apart. No. Damn it. Okay, but well, in any case, I forget how to group and ungroup. But the problem is, it's not doing it now anymore. The light used to like, wait. Yeah, see this light that we're seeing on the Canon is from the. Yeah, we also see it kind of here and here. These lights. Yeah, they're from the from this light bulb that I added. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Okay, so what I did is block interior lighting, and it's checked on, and I don't understand it's not actually blocking it. So I'm confused. I'm a little confused about that. Well, that's the fall-off limit. I bet the giant sphere around it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That might be. Yeah, that might be. Yeah. Well, I mean, we would need to light. I mean, this is just another whole different monster. I mean, I do not really understand this language at all. I mean, and there's different types of lights that we can add. Yeah, you're right. If the sphere is going through, yeah, it's gonna seep through that. But then that's where we come into a little bit more of a complex thing, which is what I've had problems as well. And I'll explain as best as I can right now. See this green empty volume? This green empty volume is a building volume, XCOM building volume. We open the properties for the XCOM building volume, and you say how many floors do we want it to have? Well, it has three: the ground floor, the second floor, and the ceiling, right? So you determine here what floors are here. So say, for example, see level floor volume 0 is in here, as well as floor volume 6 and floor volume 7. Can you click on the green plus sign on these things? Oh, yeah, I mean you can, but no, if I add a plus sign, all it's going to do is determine it's going to, okay, see this box is asking what brown yellow boxes are to be included in this green box. So you can actually have like 8 or 12 boxes inside the green box. It's not going to determine that. So say, for example, let me just hide all of this stuff so we can have a better view. So see, we have, for example, see this is floor volume 7, floor volume 6, and floor volume 0, and as you can see, it has the shape of the ground floor. See, since the ground floor includes the wings, the shape of that volume includes them. But then we go to the second floor, and it's only this one. And then we go to the ceiling, and there it is. And there it is. See, this is my front view and my top view. So, say for example that I want actually, yeah, it's something that is missing that should be here. Is there should be a box just like this that encapsulates this area on the second floor, because we can walk on top of this. So there should be another one. So I mean, I'm not, this is where I'm not really very knowledgeable on how to create these. Actually, these were created by another mapper that I sent the file to long ago. But I mean, I guess it's just the same. Yeah, Alt and move, and it just creates another volume, right? So, say for example, I would just put it here, put it where it should be. I mean, this is just badly done. I should be precise and everything, but it doesn't matter right now, just for teaching purposes. So it's there, and then, and this is called, floor volume 7, floor volume 1, 6. All right, so yes, 0, 1, 6, and 7. So now we go to the green, to the whole volume, building volume, and now we can add a new one. This is always visually daunting for me. Okay, so we add a new one, and this is again, we're gonna need to floor volumes. The volumes that mark up this floor. No, you have to hit Control C here. What? Control copy, maybe, and then Control paste. No, it's not doing it. Maybe that did it. Yeah, that's floor volume. Oh no, I just copied. Whoa, yeah, no, I inserted the green into the green. So yeah, no. Okay, so I'm just gonna delete it because just doesn't work. But basically what I'm saying is a green volume, you can have many of these. Say, like for example, because I've seen it in another map. Let's go to common, XCOM 2, XCOM 2, where are the chosen, XCOM, content, XCOM 2, active note maps, parcels, wilderness, let's go, no actually let's go, I know where they're in, city centers, there's a lot of complex ones here, large, vehicle use, propaganda center, yeah, let's go this one, don't save. When did you plan for yellow volumes, I think? Whoa. What is this? Oh great, it crashed. See, yeah, it crashes a lot. Ay. Green is the parent for the yellow volumes, I think? Yeah, the parent, yeah. Green is the parent for the yellow box, I think? Yep. Yeah, and then you can, the cool thing is that you can set up of a lot of different parameters within each of the volumes, right? So we have the floor volumes are the yellow ones, and then the building volumes are the green ones, and then there's like a purple pink one, that's the level volume. That's basically the game space. That's the one that I think is what you were asking, if we can go a 4th level. And from my limited understanding right now, sadly, the answer is no, we can't. But we can try. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, let's go to maps. Jesus, parcels, city centers, propaganda center 1. It takes a little bit. Okay. This here is just the brush, like a template, so we can copy this and then change it and say I want this shape to be a building volume, right? But see for example right here. No, wait, that's not a building volume. The building volume is this one, which is quite complex, quite big, and inside it, floors. See, okay, on the first floor, there's 2 floor volumes. On the second floor, there's another 2, and on the third, there's 1. Let's find them. 1, 9, 10, 11, 18. So that would be this is 11, which is just the very top ceiling of this area. Then right below is a U shape, right, which is another thing. Excon floor volume used for building reveal. We'll have to test to see what this is. Is empty floor. Empty floors, this is also another thing that's kind of complex. Yeah, see, inside the building there's no floor, right? It has a high ceiling. That's why it has a U shape. There should be a volume that encapsulates this area. Let me see if we can find it. I think this is the ground floor. Yeah, this is the ground floor. This is okay. Yeah, inside of the ground floor, but it's excluding these areas. These areas are probably being selected, yeah, by another volume. So yeah, right here. So yeah, there's a lot to determine with the floors. So say for example, if we were to add a square here, another volume here that has no floor, then we would hit that parameter of is empty floor. We would select it. Inclusion actors, this is, Jesus Christ, like, okay, what's inside this volume? So literally every little single item is generally placed on these things, which can be a little daunting. I think there's a way for it to auto detect just like everything, so we don't have to manually do that one by one. But yeah, okay, what else? Well, on the building, visualize is UFO is dropship is inside. Obviously, I mean, if we're, it says here only turn this off. Yeah, so we would turn this off if we were, for example, on tunnels or the sewers. Allow building reveal is internal building. Oh, no, that's the one that's internal building. Is inside is just we're indoors, so I'm pretty sure this has to do with lighting. And then I'm trying to find where volume 4 spawn walk, process whole actors, no collision, we've been through collision. There's one that determines, might not be here, but it might be on the actual specific floor volumes of each. Helps you determine spawn points. I'm not finding it right now. Exclusion actors. Floor number, geometry volume. There's a way for you to set, and again the video goes through all of this, which is great. There's a way to set. Is it, Jesus, I can't remember where it was. There's a way to set what the spawn points are for XCOM, for enemies, for civilians, for VIPs, stuff like that, which is important, obviously. XCOM spawn points and evac points are the same. They're just placed, and you decide where you want it to. Whoa, where you want it to. It'll randomly select one. Triangular icon, shape of his neck. That's the one. Oh wait, sorry. You're saying. Yep, seems to me will control lighting and nine volumes. It's the snake icon on top of. Oh yeah, the yeah. You're right. Right. And this one doesn't have one. Strange. Or I think I know what it is. Okay, this is another thing that the video goes thankfully into. I don't really remember very well. So we go here to the content browser, and then we're gonna go to not actor classes tab, but the levels tab, and then we want the famous partial check. This is a helper. We turn it on. Why? Because then it allows us. See, it's going to just simply add in the far periphery, and the near periphery is empty. See, there's nothing, but it does gives us the road network that we were talking about, right? So excellent. Here's the pink one. Pink. I can't select it. Oh, come on. Well, the pink is basically going to be the 32 by 32 and 3 floors. It's the entire volume. So as you can see, we hide it. See, it aligns right where the pink square, the pink volume, sorry, is located at. So this helps us add, because there are certain parcels that have these entrances, right? These walkways. These are the famous, like in the code that we saw. Does it have an entrance? What way is it facing? How many entrances does it have? So this one has 8, right? 2 per face. Yeah, 2 per side. So it automatically changes this to just a regular sidewalk if we were to turn all of them off and just say, for example, just leave this one on. That's something that we do in the plot, which I didn't go much into. But yeah, this is so you can see, if you have everything placed properly, or if let's say, for example, we have it like this. It's like, oh, it's overlapping, and then it's going to be like, you have geometry outside of the space, warning, stuff like that. Plots. Let's go over plots. Let's go over. Yeah, sure, wilderness. Why not? Let's go with a large one. Large objective. Let's go with the UFO one. Oh, well, it wouldn't. Yeah, right. It wouldn't specify it here. I think it's just a ravine or stream. Yeah. Okay, so let's open this. Large? No, that's a medium. Sorry. Ravine, large. Okay. So, plots. The pink square, which we can select now, finally. Level volume. So this is basically the game space we have here. This square and this square, this is a 32 by 32, pretty sure. Yep, size 32 by 32. So then this is a 16 by 32. These are the parcels. So our UFO is kind of like here. So this is a parcel. This is a parcel. The pink space is the entire volume. That's the actual plot. And then these little holes, these are the PCPs. And it auto-fills them. These green trees, and it's hard to select them because they're translucent, but there they are. These are the far or near periphery? Far periphery, I think. No, I think that's near periphery, and then this whole giant map thingy is the far periphery, I think. I'm not very. I need to refamiliarize myself with all of these things. Yeah, see, it's a. They're also considered PCPs, but this is the far periphery, and then the tree here will select which one selected. I don't know. Yeah, this is the near periphery. Okay. So I don't know what these 8 balls are. Target points, key points, sprite component. I have no idea, but I don't. The video doesn't really go into this, and I don't think it's needed. I mean, or rather, if we just leave it be as it is, I think we'll be fine. This seems empty, but it obviously auto completes. And this is what they said with the road networks, right? Let's find this in the content browser. We also have all of our PCP archetypes, right? So fully load, and I think, oh yeah, see, far periphery and periphery wilderness. Okay, this is good to know. So we obviously have alien facility, city centers, far periphery. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. So these are the like the mountainous thingy here. And then we have the near periphery. Pretty sure. I'm unsure we can. I mean, I'm pretty sure we can just drag and drop as well. Move stuff around. See, this one's facing west, so yeah. So this is the proper orientation. Okay. And it has no entrances whatsoever, which is weird. Shouldn't it? Should have an entrance, I think. Can be objective partial or not. I think we obviously if we deselect this, then this plot would never be in the pool of plots that we're looking that have objective parcels. So this parcel would not be in here. So say for example, and I think this also needs to match the actual parcel that we just did. So if in the UFO if in the UFO we added the objective parcel, the objective actor, and then it also needs to have, when if we were to create our own plot, which I don't think we need to right now, but if we were to create our own plot, we would need to select this this 32 by 32 large parcel and just click on this so that our UFO is now eligible. Our UFO parcel is now eligible to appear in that pool. Whew. That's a bit overwhelming. Okay. What else? This is funny, but see, this is the Avenger periphery. So this would be the Avenger. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Okay. This is the Avenger periphery. Okay. What else? So small points, but sure we gotta make sure that they're for UFO man. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, right now, the what I just showed you, the little checkbox for the objective partial, that's something that we need to do if we were to create our own plots, so that we don't forget that at least one of the parcels in the plot needs to have the objective selected. So we already, I mean, I didn't save, but we already addressed that in our parcel by adding the little orange objective box. That we will need to find a way to how to replace it, to swap it. That swapping thing between, okay, grab this static mesh, this either level actor or destructible level actor, and swap it for the objective in case that's how the spawn's rolled. The way that works is also exactly the same way turret spawners work, which is very weird because they're like an enemy unit, but they're also kind of like mapped, but they don't count as cover, which is weird. So let's go into a parcel that has like an advent parcel that has a turret spawner. Parcels, let's go to, yeah, I think Wilderness had a lot of Advent stuff. Yeah, Advent, landing pad, substation, cabin, landing for human storage. Yeah, this probably has one. It's a lot of information that I'm I'm throwing your way right now. So let me know if I'm like going too fast or if it's a lot or anything. Okay, there you go. See, turret replacer. Okay, so XCOM turret selector, turret options. It has 5 options of objects that can be replaced. One of them is destructible actor 370. I think if we, which I don't know if that works. Is it selected? I think so. And then we can go to select, go to or something. There was a way to like go to like snap camera to where we just selected something. I need to remember all of this. Apologies, but yeah, they're probably these lights, right? So that's a blueprint. That's a prefab. And this is destructible level actor 6. Okay, XCOM destructible level actor 6, which I'm sure will be here. 5, 27, 6. See? Yeah, so it's one of those. Okay. Then enemy spawn restrictor. Ah, here we go. Right. Okay, now it's making sense. Okay, so kind of like how the yellow volumes, the floor volumes, need to be plugged in to the green volume, building volume. Go to the actor is on the right bottom side of your screen. Oh, there was a go to down here. Left bottom. Oh, go to. There it is. Huh. No, I don't think that's working. With the green arrow? I'm blind. Apologies. Left bottom. I'm not seeing the green arrow that you mean go to. Oh, go to actor. Duh. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's stupid. Okay, yeah. Wasn't clicking on the actual button. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I think. Well, yes. Send it to me anyways, just in case I'm not hitting the actual right thing. Okay. Yeah, yeah. It sent me there. Oh, sorry. Okay, so back to the enemy spawn restrictor. Again, volumes, and you want to select the volume. Right? So here we have it has what volume is included in the spawn restrictor, volume 0, which is the green one, right? Yeah, volume 0. This means civilian is restricted. We can restrict Advent. We can restrict aliens. We can restrict the Lost. Disallow a pathing to and will be restricted from pathing to any tile within these volumes. And then there was a way, if I'm not mistaken, to, and thankfully again the video goes through it near the beginning. This is moving the actual object. This is what it looks like. It's not attachments, not actor, collision, been through. It's not physics, not advanced. Okay, I need to remember all of this, but yeah, there was a way to set it like, for example, um, I want this volume to restrict enemies from going there, but only during patrol, like when you're in concealment. But once concealment is broken and we're on red alert and whatever, then it is a valid space for enemies to move on top of. Like for example, the ceilings of buildings, right? You know, like on a normal patrol, if everything is quiet, then you can. I mean, it would make no sense for aliens to be climbing on top of roofs. But if you're engaged in a fight, of course they're going to be, right? So there was a way to check that, to switch that, check boxes and stuff. It was pretty straightforward as well. I'm not remembering exactly how or where, but yeah, I'm positive the video goes over it. Um, what else? I'm trying to think. Hmm. Here's that's our XCOM one of many XCOM spawn points, actor levels. These are group spawn, and they also serve as evac. So if a mission that we have, yeah, there's nothing we do with this. We just have it like that. If a mission, you know, like a council mission, has us need to evac, the game will select one of the one of the three that are here, for example, as the evac point, right? As well as the spawn point for when you start the mission. You know, these are valid spawn points and or evac points. What else? Let's go back to our UFO because I want to show you. I want to show you about materials as well, because a lot of the meshes in my UFO map are not from the UFO library, from the building kit. Okay, let's go to our gun. See this gun? Can I ungroup even more? Please. Oh, unlock groups. There we go. Okay, finding content browser. This is actually the ceiling, the roof of the Advent transport, trooper transport, the ATT. See? So we go to archetypes. Let's come level actor. Drag and drop. And that's what it looks like with its original, normal textures and materials. Advent patrol vehicle, etc. So what did I do? Well, first of all, oh, like I show you, here's the gizmo, right? This gizmo right now is this one, translation mode. This is rotation mode. We press spacebar and now it moves, like so. Press. Then we have scaling mode. This scales it uniformly on all axes, or however you say it. And then this one is if we want to just scale it on a specific axis. So I went into this one. I probably scaled it. And here's something that's important to know, that the video guy goes at length about it, because it's important. The entire grid thing. First of all, I don't know if this it's outside of the level actor, right? So for starters, I just need to bring it inside. But then I don't know if it's exactly aligned to the floor or to the grid or what. So we right click, transform, snap origin to grid. It was. So that's good. Look at my mouse. These little areas here are really important. So like I told you, each tile is 96 units by 96 units by 64 units. So you can select here by like the incremental movements that you want to make. For starters, you want to enable drag grid snap. So I can select 96, say for example. So this little cover tile would now be moved exactly 1 unit. And you can see here, turning on the helper that we did, turns on this like mesh down below. So, and you can also move it here. See how it's moving in specific increments, like respecting the grid, respecting the tiles. Now I choose 48 is how I found myself to be a little bit more comfortable. See, so we move halfway. So just for little finicky things. These walls, for instance, they're obviously, I mean, they've been rotated diagonally. They're completely off grid, so obviously it doesn't consider it as a valid cover point or anything like that. You know, little sacrifices that one must make in order for the aesthetics to look pleasing. But yeah, sadly, and this is very annoying, if you rotate it, the gizmo rotates as well, and say now that I just want to move it on the coordinates X and Y, I think this is when we went from local to world. Yeah, there we go. So now it remains diagonally, but now I can move it within the normal world coordinates. Okay, that is good to know. Okay, good. So back to this little bad boy. Select right click. Wait, actually, let me select you, materials, you find instance. I obviously tried a bunch of different ones to see which one looked better, which one I liked. And this is the one that looks pretty nifty, right? This is just like inside UFO type of stuff. So you select, so I mean we have it selected, and then we go here, materials, and we can assign from content browser. Boom, see, now it just applied that, and is beautiful. Not perfect, obviously, but it's a beautiful thing. See, for example, here, this is an Advent helmet with the same pattern applied, the same material applied. That's an Advent helmet. So that's how you can test and aesthetically check, you know, what types of materials we want, stuff like that. I did that for a bunch of other things, like for example, hide these little column, it has the exact same pattern. See, I mean, it doesn't fit perfectly, but almost. And this is originally one of the chosen columns. This is grass from the Advent City Centers. This is just me adding a bunch of stuff, but this is like railing, which is I think the exact same type of railing as this one from the alien facility. This is I think like a laundromat thingy, like from one of the abandoned or slum maps, also with the different materials. You see, I started seeing things as shapes and then seeing if I could make them work or not. I mean, I've applied this UFO material to a bunch of stuff. So yeah, I mean that's how we get and we start assembling cool different looking things, right? So that's the ATT, and then added with a bunch of stuff. We have a rather very cool looking cannon. You know, one of those liberties that I took for the terror ship. I mean, since this is a terror ship, I was thinking, well, if it's a terror ship, it obviously needs to have fog pods, you know, to launch, scare people, and convert people into zombies and lost or whatever, and capture them, abduct them, have huge cannons. Whenever I finished this wing, I was also gonna add the exact same roof. Being a terror ship, but of course you would need to have my chrysalid making machine, which I love it. This little thing is the forge top. This is what it originally is, and then of course I tested different materials and then found one that looked awesome, and it does. What material is it? Floor deco. I think we can turn the whole thing into a blueprint prefab. Yeah, yeah, 100%. Sorry, I haven't been reading. Sorry, so we want to keep that at 96 for important cover objects. Correct. I think this is diagonal cover in XCOM 2. Or am I remembering? Yeah, no, that's XCOM EU. I've thoroughly combed through the entire browser, all of the stuff, and the only diagonals that they have are inclines, like certain ceilings and ramps. Like for example, from the abandoned cities, the docks, they have a lot of ramps. So I think that's what these are. This and this, obviously just retextured, but no diagonal walls per se. What they do is, in case they have, you can get cheeky, right? So say for example we grab this little thing, right, and we move it, and we were to place it here. Let me rotate that as well. Jesus, okay. Say it's here. Wait, is it in the grid? It is. It is in the grid, right? So say for example we go. Oh yeah, I haven't built yet. Okay, so let's build. Okay. So in theory, yep. See, now it's mirrored, right? So it's the exact same. So we have 1, 2, and then, a third one. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and then because we placed this here, so this is like a cheeky way of getting. Oh yes, I have diagonals, but then I added like maybe rubble or a rock or a fallen tree or a pile of corpses or construction or whatever, to maintain the grid, in just two directions. But visually, aesthetically, at least we can have some sort of diagonals. I hate this. What else? Huh. Well, the same here, just as we have incremental for moving, translating. We also have incrementals for rotating, how many degrees we want to rotate, as well as what percentage we want the incrementals to be for when we're scaling, how big or small, blah, blah, blah. Some objects have see, this is the exact same one. Look at the texture on this face and look at the texture on that face. So some of them have multiples. So we can go here. See, and there's two. So we select this one and then we can find the thing or assign blah blah blah, or the second one. Yeah, agreed. I mean, I think it's incredibly powerful. I mean, the amount of stuff that we can do is insane. Let's say, for example, this little like watery energy thingies. It's funny. It's actually this thing. This thing is from the UFO, right? and I just grabbed that material and I added it onto a floor actor, and then added one here into a wall actor. And Jesus, it just looks awesome. It looks amazing, right? Like it's meant to be. Like it's a whole part of the whole UFO thingy. So it's awesome. And then yeah, I mean then I remembered the shape and I was like, hey, wait, that's round. That could work as a floor. Let me see if the texture works. And lo and behold, means using a different texture, but it does work. So there we go. Yeah, and then disabled collision, exactly. Now because it's what's it called? Translucent. I can't. It's a bitch trying to select it. So what I do is I go here, and it's a little annoying. So this is why you want to be certain that you're doing it the right way. And then I hide a bunch of shit, and then I'll show you how to re-see all of those again. Is this I think I'm selecting the door. Oh, I'm off. Okay. No. No. There it is. Jesus. And it's double click. Okay, and where it is. Collision can step on. Sure. But see, block rigid body, it's off. Path colliding is off. Is it valid? So we could, yeah, consider for occupancy checks, no. So yeah, that's remove that. So yeah, so we can just walk through it. And did the same here for these ones. Okay, let me check. On disable collision smoke. Yeah, we definitely need a hierarchy window or something to find those. Yeah. How do you unhide everything you hide before? Oh, yep. Sadly, not an easy way to do it. We go here, visibility, show all. So, I mean, I click here like onto the nothing, and then right click, visibility, show all. Okay, now there's more shit that's very complicated. I might not be remembering well. I think it's, yeah, Firaxis goggles view mode. So this is a way to see things differently, right? So we want to see fractal meshes without visual effects, and it will only highlight the ones that have that, which apparently I have none. Yep. Not a single one. Okay, that's fine. Or we go, I want to see lighting using virtual parella. Not entirely sure of these terms. Not seeing any difference. I want to see objects with RSM surfaces. Not entirely sure what RSM is, but there we go. And I think the documentation goes through this. Sadly, not the video, but the documentation goes a little bit into this. So we go. There was something about visibility, right? So what floor levels disappear and blur out, obscure when we're in a different level, different floor, stuff like that. I'm just not sure. Missing improper collision. Yeah, that's good to know. See, these items don't have good collision. So yeah, I mean, like you said, this is an incredibly powerful editor, and it's great that we can select these things like that. I just don't know how to go back. all destructible. See, this is good to know. So now I know that if I throw a grenade, these two are gonna explode, but then these two things are not gonna explode, so they're just gonna be floating stupidly, absurdly in the air. Same as all of this stuff here. So that needs fixing. That needs a whole lot of fixing. Standard toughness, strong toughness, reinforced toughness, invincible, destructible. I'm not sure what that means, but I mean we can all just play test with all of this and start seeing what does what. Destructible without visual effects, destructible with empty mesh swaps. Some of these actors, when they explode, they swap out their mesh for a mesh of them, you know, fractured and rubbled and broken. So that's also pretty cool. So I guess these don't do that. These the red ones, but the gray ones maybe do. Rigid bodies, not entirely sure. Yeah, well, that's that. So now we go back to game mode. Then I toggle it off, and I don't know how to go back to the view that we had. View. Unreal Kismet. This is something that we're probably gonna have to learn, as we've discussed before. Detail mode. Change all the save options. It's not. No, yeah. I mean, it is lit. Unreal. Show sprites. Show layers. Show volumes. Show. Oh, left clicked on the cat face? Okay. Ah, beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Okay. What else? Yes. This is gonna require a new one. Wilderness. Yeah, let's go with a small one this time. Small dump. Don't save. I have to check foliage. Yeah, this is an incredibly powerful tool. I love it. It's a bit unstable, but nothing that saving won't be able to fix. Okay. Say, for example, that this is the map that we want to select to be our empty template, and we want to delete everything. So how was it? There's a way to click something and it allows you to have like a select box. Was it B? No, was it Alt? No, was it Control? No. Shift? I don't think it's Shift. It's not Shift. There's a way. There's a hotkey somewhere that and I think the video guide goes through it. Allows you to make like a border selection, right? But what I'm trying to get at is that we'll notice that, see, we select this and we delete it. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to delete this. And you'll notice that there's unselectable patches and patches of grass and mounts of debris and shit that I can't select, and I'm like, but I don't want this, I want to delete it, remove it. So we go into foliage mode, fucking foliage mode, and we find these. So we select them, information, can't expand this, which is annoying, and then we delete it. Are you sure you want to remove all 74 instances of grass deco, blah blah blah? Yes. Ah, gone. See? And then we go into trash pile, looking for the dirt mount. There we go. Dirt pile, information, delete or find it. This one. Replace all instances with the static mesh currently selected in the content browser. No. But it's also like a little cool, powerful tool in case we want to add like small details like that. I haven't really explored more on how to actually add stuff. Oh, lasso select. Is that it? I don't know. But whoa. What's that? Whoa. Okay, I have no idea what that is. But yeah, that's another way to do that. Because I was trying to delete something and there was like advent stuff on the floor and I couldn't remove it and it was driving me crazy. But I finally figured that out. What else? Yeah, we're gonna have to spend some time getting used to the editor controls and UI. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think I might watch that video again. It's really helpful. Okay, then we have these are particle effects, I think. These like little like rainbow colored things are emitters. And we can find constant browser. See, these are flies. Just flies. So this is maybe perhaps like what you were asking before, like how can we add visual effects or particle effects, stuff like that, and it's really cool. That's how I added back to our stupid to our stupid UFO. Because if you'll notice, I added fog on the near the chrysalid machine and on the other wing as well. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I also just dragged and dropped that. We'll check. We'll check. And I do remember that the guy in the video goes through it because he starts adding volumetric light and volumetric dust particles and he put a fire and fog and I think puddles and stuff like that. Oh, water. We should also look into that. Oh. See? So if I press H to hide, see it's gone. Undo. Find in content browser. Particle system. Volumetric lighting. Atmospherics. Yes, I remember him saying atmospherics. Okay. Reload. So let's go outside here where we can clearly see. Yeah, just drag and drop. There it is. Volumetric light. There's a static. I mean, geez, it's huge. We can probably just scale it, but yeah. Just drag and drop, I guess. I'm trying to think. because these are particle systems, and maybe what we were looking for that you said that you wanted to work on were actually visual effects. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, are those the same thing or are those two different things? Because we can all types. Yeah, we go here, say for example, and we can start looking. Oh, you can work on those? Perfect. Okay. But just in case we wanna, it's not face effects. Particle systems, physical materials, physical assets, prefab renders, sound, Swift movies, texturing. Yeah, I'm not post processing. I mean, this is way above my understanding level. Okay, yeah, no. But there was a way because I remember checking like a bunch of different fires. Maybe just like fire trees, fix fires. Yeah, but they're all particle systems. But yeah, I mean, let's add this one. Sweet. Oh, that's so cool. That's like right in the air. So yeah, so if we want to make it like a crashed UFO, you can do a bunch of this stuff. Oh, and then something that I wanted to show you as well. Yeah, here. Okay. This is my crystal room. Find in content browser. Oh wait, it's not finding it. Is it this one? No, and wait, and that's actually what was it? Crystal? Oh no, wait. Haha. I had to save it as my own. As my own. Which would be here, content, UFO components. It's in the editor. I just forgot what was he. It's usually supposed to be. These are leftovers from Enemy Unknown. So this is like the crystal from the Outsiders. So what I did was, I added the crystal shard, and then I added the particle systems like right on top of it. And then I changed this lighting to orange. And then this, yeah, this was here. Which is pretty damn awesome. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Uh, so it's kind of like that. Ooh, the power core engine thingy. I don't know. See, so let me show you really quick. Here we go. Okay, so Jesus, so much stuff. Following a little bit of the floor plan. See, so we had these doors to go in, and they had like power sources here, or I forget what these were, honestly. And see, this is what I said about having to take a little creative liberties. These red squares were the floaty elevator thingies that sadly XCOM 2 doesn't have. That's why I went with the creative liberty of, instead of doing a 1x1 tile, I went with the stairs, and then I added 2 of these power sources here so they explode, And then if you can see, the terrain is pretty much, well, I mean, we can't see because of the stupid ceiling. Damn it. But yeah, I mean, it follows the same layout, right? So we have like a little, it was, and the access lift was closed off by walls. See, it's closed off by, this is the second floor. Then we have the little like command room. The original, this is like, I think, Alien Entertainment. I just switched to that little orange thingy, changed the doors to windows. And then these side like storage areas, that's where I took the creative liberty and added the access doors. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, we can tell from here. And then there's obviously the like the main headquarters, the main like the bridge of the ship, which you go out, and then I'm really happy how it turned out. It sucks that I'm gonna have. I think the best thing to do is start from scratch. Oh, okay. Good thing to do. Okay, so why do we? I think I need to start from scratch. Well, for starter, there's a whole bunch of pathing issues. I tested in game. Once I'm standing on this thing, for some reason I can't drop down here. If I'm standing here, I can just walk up, but I can't drop down. So I checked this to see if there was a problem with the properties and everything, but I mean, I can climb onto it, but there's no like, can I step down to it? So that's why I wanted to know what those little colored squares mean when we build the purple and the orange and the blue and the white and the cyan and all those. Would have been good to have the map open in game as well. Did it crash? I think it crashed. Nope. Never. Alright, good. See, that's why I need to find a way to know what the hell these little colored squares mean, because where am I? I want to go here. Either the purple one or the orange one. I think no, the orange one. It has a line going from the top. That means that like if this were to explode, that means that I can drop down. I'm pretty sure. But then these purple ones don't have. Yeah, we can find examples from the other ones. Yeah. Okay, now another important thing that also broke the map, which is, I mean, I have no problem starting again from scratch. I mean, it's just what it is. Let me delete the volumetric light. If I can click on it. Jesus Christ. Okay, I guess we won't. Let's grab this floor. This floor is snapped to the floor, right? So now we want to move 256 tiles is the height of where the next floor should be. So we'll go this way, right? Just to test the height. And here is a problem that I had, which I went overboard. See? My next one is 256 plus 64, which is the height of cover, of half cover. So if we go 64 and we go up again, it'll align. See? Now it's aligned. And that's an issue because that means, and you can clearly see that mistake with the lighting, which I believe is leftover stuff. This one here, I think, is the one that's informing it. Let me go into game mode and we'll see it more clearly. Or do we see it more clearly without? Oh, here we go. Okay, so obviously, if I by going up 64 units further above, that means that the second floor starts and finishes 64 above. And you'll notice the difference in lighting here. This huge contrast right here, this huge line. So that started creating a whole bunch of problems with, because if we hide all of this stuff, let me, what I want to show you, see, oh, there we go. Here's the floor volume, right? The floor volume doesn't reach the top because I started further up. See, I mean, I'm trying to align the camera as best as I can, right? But see? So I think that you can assign a light source to be bound within a certain volume. I'm not sure. I think so, and if so, that'd be great, because then we can have really cool different color lighting for different. Why is this all red? I have no idea where I'm getting this red light from, but you see how the volume is just not, the light is respecting the volume space, and obviously the way I designed it, it's off by those stupid 64 units, so that really screwed me in the from the get-go. And I realized this like when I was still on the ground floor, and I just kept on building, which was a mistake. I can sort of we might find a way to correct visualize. We can find examples via base game maps and field. Yep. Try to click on those binoculars on top. Find a volumetric volume from the actor list. Try to click on those binoculars up top. Find volumetric volume from the actor list. Well, what is this? Fire access visibility debugger mode. Huh. I've never tested this, so I'm not entirely sure what this. Oh wait, did it say visibility? Yeah, visibility. So this might be. Yeah, like oh, we're on the first floor, so now obscure the roof, and now we're on the second floor, so only obscure the ceiling. Now we're at the on top of the whole thing, so don't obscure anything. I think that's what it might be. The stairs didn't work. I do not know why. I was able to go down them, but then I can't go up. So I have to check what the hell's up with that. Not entirely sure what this is. I can't right click. Then you said might be able to become once we look into light properties, but I'm not sure that makes sense. Yeah, maybe you can duplicate the bound light source for the next floor if there is one. Maybe. Oh, these binoculars. These are. I don't say. Oh, search for. Oh, this is just search for. Okay. What are we looking for? What were we looking for? Find volumetric volume. Volume. We only have right now the floor volumes and the building volume, but we can, with the brush, we can just like create a dummy and then assign it. You want it to delete volumetric light, I think. Oh, these effects that I added, but this is just whatever. That's not what's affecting this issue. This issue is, I mean, I believe that this is the light that's being emitted by you, but I don't know. I mean, let's see. Oh yeah, see. Oh, whoa. Huh. Okay, let's keep you up there, and let's move you here, and then let's rebuild, and then let's see what happens. I mean, if that fixed it, wow, that was easy. And I guess we're about to find out. my friend. I believe that fixed it. Now there's this beautiful bluish, purplish, greenish hue. I love it. See, I mean, just because I work in film, I already know this, but just this reiterates how important it is lighting as its own industry. I mean, we want a lighting specialist to to go to work on this baby. Dude, I think that fixed it. That's awesome. Let me shoot a wall. Yeah, I think that did it. I think that did it. Okay, work checks properties. Maybe you can adjust according to your unit size. Yep. How much are you gonna have to check shadows as well? Yeah. I was gonna want to get these in testing game. Yeah, I know what you mean. Why isn't? Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's see. So object, nothing. Debug, nothing. Advanced, nothing. I mean, like we don't touch these. Collision. I mean, you're a light, so there shouldn't be any collisions here. Actually, so yeah, it's only gonna be you. X2 environmental map capture actor. Environmental map volumes. Ah, see? There we go. Exactly. Okay, so then this light is going to be affecting these two floor volumes. Volume 0 and volume 6, which are... This is 7. So yes, that makes sense. It should not touch the roof. Is this the ceiling? Yes. Although... it should affect it because of my stupid mistake of the height, but then it should affect this interior. So maybe we should include that. That's floor 7. Jesus Christ. This is floor 6. Okay, so yeah, so that, and what was the other one? Floor 6 and 0, right? Yeah, and 0 must be the ground floor. Okay, so well, let's try that thing that you said. Go click you and then go to. No. No. Alright, well, fuck you then. Oh wait, this is volume. That's actor. Oh no, this is go to builder, but she'll just send this to this little dude in the back. Okay, so that's interesting. I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the way the UFO is set up right now, I think it's salvageable. Yes, definitely. I think we can fix it and correct it. But with all of the issues and mistakes that I found while play testing, like for example, the stairs not working. I mean, it's a destructible actor, but it's. I mean, I don't know why I could go down, but I can't go up the stairs. So that's really weird to me. Like, I do not understand. So I want to. I think I want to start from scratch. Because. I mean, I don't mind it. I mean, yeah, I mean, a lot of time went into building this and it's awesome. But that's just game design. A whole bunch of time thrown out the window. No, but really, I think we can find. I mean, just with the entire things that I've learned about construction, you know, like placing each wall and then moving it here, not 64 but 48 tiles, right? Snapping to grid, interactive actors like the doors and ceilings having two different textures, one above and one on the other side, ramps, these empty spaces. For example, right here, same thing happened. If you're standing here, you can walk from this tile to this tile / ramp. But if you're here and you click here, it will not go straight. It will go up and around and here. So I'm like, okay, so why can you jump from one side but I can't jump through the other? And that's why I need to understand these things. I'm pretty sure purple means that you can vault over, right? Like say for example, I have these half covers here, and that's all they do. And so yeah, I think that the small cube means origin, and the last one like starting point and ending point. And you see how all of these have these on both sides. That means that I can jump through one side and jump through the other. Yet we go here, and there's only the large one. Okay, so the large one is starting point, and then the small is ending point, because I could go from this tile, jump to this one, but from here, if I click here, I had to go around. So I want to know what I need to do so that this thing can be jumped over. And I already did. I can climb onto. Maybe I need to deselect, climb onto, and I can just climb over it. Is valid destination? Well, no, it's not a valid destination. Consider from. Okay, let's try that. That's gonna be weird, but let's try just to test this off the top of my head. Last second theory. If it works, my friend, I think then we have a lot of stuff that we can that we can fix. Good stuff to learn and good stuff to know going into the future. Oh, well, I'm not seeing if it's created or not, or if they're overlapping or not. I don't know. I don't think that did it. Because they're on the same space, so I don't know if like underneath the yellow, and I can't select. And what's weird is that I have them here on the map as well, like on this view. Where am I? I'm here. Can I select it? No, you selected the visual effects. No, it doesn't seem like I can select them. And I really wish like there was some sort of guide. I mean, maybe there is like some guide on Unreal 3 that tells you, yes, blue means that you can climb, purple means that you can jump over, stuff like that. Wish I knew. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. That might be why, but it's annoying because I mean, visually it would make sense that a soldier can jump through this little thing. I mean, consider that maybe it's like a staircase, and you could jump down. I don't know. And then there was another issue, which is talking about ladders. This ladder. Wait, Jesus. Okay. This ladder, right? I took the soldier and I made him climb, and it did, and it climbed with the soldier facing the ladder, like you would expect. And then yet on these ladders, the soldier would climb with looking towards the right, as if the ladder were here, like his hands were going like ting, 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 here instead of ting, 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 here, for both that one and this one. So I don't know what I did wrong. See, this is the type of thing that testing will let us know what happened. I mean, there's draw scale. See, like say for example, maybe this is x-1. Maybe this means that I mirrored it, because I do remember that I mirrored a whole lot of stuff just to copy paste and make the building process faster. So you make it 1. And then, no, 1. And then let me rotate. I think that might be it. See, that's, oh my god, it's such, it has so many issues that I need to fix that I don't know. I'm feeling like might be worth doing from scratch. I think I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Um, so I wanted to get this. Doesn't mean really go. Add what you want in there. Light intensity is how bright it should get. Specularity is the strength of the color it emits. Nice. So yeah, the next thing you do is gonna be definitely more clean, optimized. Could we go? Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Okay. Well, cool. Thanks, man. I mean, again, this took months because, well, for starters, real life, but because I was building and designing creatively and learning at the same time. So I was like, well, maybe should like how can I get around thing? And now I know how to get around thing. Now I know how to add materials to different stuff. Like, should I add a door or should I not add a door? Well, now I know that adding a door, gameplay wise, is actually great because I mean, how can we play this map if these are the only entrances, right? You need to be able to climb on top, have different ways to sabotage and enter. Maybe we have a Reaper. You want to go all the way up top and then drop down here and go to the main bridge and hack the objective or whatever. I mean, we have to have that design aspect of the thing. So I think it would be much quicker to rebuild. I mean, this specific UFO. I do have another UFO that I started in the works. Small UFO, but I mean, look at the size. I mean, this is like, I think it has like 8 walls and that's it. Um, following, I think it's, yeah, this one, the small scout. Which I thought, it's small, it's cute, it could be part of the package. Have different UFO variations, and I think that would be very very cool. Yeah, I mean, look, it has nothing. I mean, it has the wall with the door, and then I started putting the walls. This little thing. This is furniture, actually. This is like a city center table. For the corners, I mean, it's still looking very square, not round, which I would prefer round. Um, then I started experimenting on little ramps, so that on the little ramp I could put the power source on top. And this was inspired by here. This is the enemy unknown small scout, and I don't know if you remember, but it did have these small ramps that took you to the power source. So I was like, yeah, like having these tiny little ramps and maybe just making it in the center, like take a page from this idea and add it here. Make the power source stand a little bit above ground. Make it a little bit more important, and then yeah, fill the walls with screens and chairs and whatever. Trying to follow the blueprint, but also add a little creative pizzazz of our own. And I didn't get very far. But yeah, I mean, and I think it's because I can't make these really rounder. I guess better to just add a diagonal here. Cut the thing. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this was a very early work in progress, and I think I started this one after the terror ship. So I don't know. I mean, I definitely do not mind at all to start from scratch. I mean, this is an ambitious project we're undertaking. So if we take, hell, I don't care, 6 months to do it, so be it. I mean, I honestly don't have. I'm in no rush, no schedule, no time, and XCOM 3 is nowhere in sight. Has not been announced. I mean, I'm sure they're working on it, but I don't think we'll be hearing from it not until at least 2019, if it is coming. So, no rush, my friend. Yeah, yeah. I found them online, like on the classic XCOM UFO Defense from 1994, the wiki, and I found all of those images, and I was like, oh, okay, these images are perfect. And then I just assembled a little thing in Photoshop and use it. And I think there's a couple of here that are missing. So I remember them being 7. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3 for 1 and 2, this is 4, 5. Yeah, I think I'm missing 2 more. There's like an abductor, or I think this is the abductor, the transport. I don't know. I don't remember, but I'm missing like a couple here. Yeah, that would suck. But I guess it depends. I mean, uh, in my head, with as little as I know about game development or anything like that, from my limited understanding, is I think slash hope that I think XCOM 3 might be being developed in Unreal 4, from what RoboJumper and Musashi over at the Discord were saying. I'm not entirely sure, but I think so. And and I mean, it would make sense for them to try to keep the modability of the game, right? I mean, it's been incredibly successful. It's given the game the longevity that it has. So I see no reason why they would backtrack on modability. So this project, even if we took as long as holy hell XCOM 3 has been announced and released and we're still not done, I think we could bring it into that one eventually. In that case, you know what I mean? I don't know how similar or different the tools are from Unreal 3 to Unreal 4. I mean, all of that is subject to change, of course, but I'm guessing the principles are there. Right. True. Yeah. Yeah. That's correct. Yeah. This is 3.5. Well, I don't know if you have like any questions. Maybe. I mean, I know, and I apologize. I threw way too much information at you right now, but if you have like any specific questions, I mean, that I might help. I don't know. Maybe moving, navigating or placing stuff, rotating stuff, scale. I mean, we went through the gizmo and its different changes. We went through incremental changes here and how the grid is 96 by 96, and we should respect that. And 64 on the Z, 256 per floor level. But on the ground level, we can actually go negative 64 to have half cover. Um, we went through changing materials. We went through how we can add stuff from the browser, particle effects. Mm. But we also went through foliage. We also went. Let me just check. Finally, well, one last thing, because I think it might be important, and I am not entirely sure again how it works. This is the green K, the Kismet. Wait, is it this one or is it this one? I forget. Let me let's wait until it finishes loading up. But there's some other windows here in the browser here, other tabs that I think we need to go over. Just like the final one. There we go. Okay, so we went through here on the levels. Um, the partial check, if we hide it, you'll notice that we also lost our grid. I don't know if it's pronounced lattice or lattice or what, but the little like grid thing here that was at the bottom, it's gone. So turn it back on. See this thing? See, and so it's there. So that helps us know how to stay on the grid. We went through that. Then wind, I believe, affects nothing, or just particle effects. that wind thing is like the parrot dinosaur weird looking thingy here. No, these are lights. Here we go. This like dinosaur looking thingy. That's the wind actor. Uh, wind environmental. Yep. And then I have day, but we can turn off day and turn on night. Right? If we want to see how that looks. And yeah, it looks badass. I mean, it obviously lacks more light, but looks pretty cool. And I think, I mean, I use daylight obviously because it's just more helpful. And I think that's it here. But then there's these, all of these other things. So we go to actor class. No, wait. Scene. No, layers. Periphery. And in the periphery, we only have that one level actor, which is the thing here. Well, actually, I think that's the parcel check. I don't know, but all of these things are in this layer. None, the layer none is where pretty much everything is. Markup, there's something about markup either in documentation or in the video, I forget. Lighting, light injectors, point light removable, I have no idea. Effects, we have our emitters, right? My fog. Cinematic only. I don't know if this is like, for example, like cutscenes, you know, like the reveal of the black site or stuff like that. I'm not entirely sure. But we can go back to scene. I don't know if this is the hierarchy you were talking about. It shows you all the stuff and where it is. I don't know. This all of this is a little bit more complicated to me to understand, but maybe you might be able to decipher it better than I can. And start page, no, start page just sends you to, just opens the Unreal Engine, blah blah blah. Radius browser, no idea. Template browser, because there was a way here, actor classes. Yeah, there was a way here in actor classes. For example, if we wanted to add spawn stuff, so yeah, here we go. XCOM spawn points. So I want to add an XCOM point here. I think I can just drag and drop as well. I'm not entirely sure. Let's see. XCOM spawn point alien. No, then we want reinforcement, spawn restrictor. Huh. Yeah, I don't think that added anything. Or maybe I don't know. I think this. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. But I'm also not entirely sure that we need to know a little bit about this. I mean, as long as we are creating a map based on an empty one that already existed, that we just deleted everything and we just keep like the basic elements that we need, you know, like the global lighting, the XCOM spawn points, the alien spawn restrictors, stuff like that. If we keep those in, I mean, we just need to plug in the Lego pieces to construct our UFO or our building or whatever, or alien base or whatever we want to do, and we should be just fine. That actor class looks very similar to the hierarchy window. I was looking for. Okay. So I think it was the hierarchy window I was talking about, so we can select stuff from there. I think you did. Yep, it's worth trying to do that. Yeah, just to trial and error, test, see what it does. So that's pretty much it, my friend. I mean from what I remember and everything that I learned and know about. That's pretty much it, which I think is a lot, but as I saw during my testing in game, there's a lot of pathing issues that are just completely borked. So it's a good learning exercise. It was awesome to for your time. I appreciate it. Of course, man. I mean, I enjoy doing these little videos as well. So great. All right. So I'm gonna end the stream right there. And but yeah, I think we've covered a lot and learned a lot. So we'll see. So let me. I mean, we could continue obviously talking right now and just off stream, but just let me know uh, if you're able to, because I know you wanted to try adding the objective spawn into the map and then seeing if that could help narrow down the randomness in game of the debug in game map selector. Yeah, I mean, I hit clean map generate map like 80 times before I got this one. So yeah, hopefully you're able to see it there. But all right, my friend, going offline then.